And we're gay. And we're fucking. And...
We're two guys fucking. We're definitely not working out.
He is entering me.
I'm
Now,
sorry, that was two guys working their pectoral muscles.
What did that sound like to you? That was two guys having sex. Huh. Oh, interesting.
This man listens to two men working out
in a gymnasium,
working their pectoral muscles, and he hears gay sex.
Interesting.
I'm
Barry Lakin.
Barry Lakin.
This is the podcast where we just do entire Adam Sandler CDs.
Albums.
Yeah. I like that we both understood that it was not just going to be that track. We both understood we're going to do the whole album.
Thing. Yeah, of course.
Now, are we going to do They're All Gonna Laugh at You? Or are we going to do... They're All Gonna Laugh at You is the orange one. What's the blue one?
The Blue Album.
It's the Blue Album.
By
That's
Weezer.
right. Yeah, that's where Adam Sandler does Buddy Holly.
Bad Hair Day or Running with Scissors. Is that Adam Sandler?
Yeah. Then if you want to go later Sandler, obviously you got Stan and Judy's Kid, and of course, Shh, Don't Tell, I believe.
What's the Netflix one called? Netflix special?
100% Fresh.
Yeah, that's it.
But that's not an album.
I think it also came out as an album.
Did it? Is there an Adam Sandler album I don't own?
Yeah, probably.
That's crazy.
Let me look.
Impossible. No, you're a liar. Don't turn this house of pies into a house of lies.
You are right.
I knew it.
He also did the Thanksgiving song. I don't know that one.
Are you kidding me? It's like one of his most favorite songs. Favorite? It's
one
of his most favorite songs. You idiot. One of his most famous songs. Oh, no.
Fair.
I was actually kind of thinking of the Hanukkah song, but I do know the Thanksgiving song because I've listened to every album.
Right. Yeah. They're All Gonna Laugh at You is 1993.
Turkey lurkey do and turkey lurkey dap.
Yeah.
I eat that turkey, then I take a nap.
Yeah. Okay. I forgot that was that song.
Yeah.
I thought that was just Pete Davidson doing a spoof of him.
Kind of is, but
what the hell happened to me? 1996.
What the hell happened to me? That's the one.
What's Your Name? 1997.
What's Your Name is good too.
Yeah. Stan and Judy's Kid, 1999.
Yeah.
And Shh, Don't Tell, 2004.
Yeah. Now.
Double platinum.
Yeah.
Double platinum.
Sick.
Gold.
Yeah.
Gold. Nothing.
I mean, I've got the last one. To be fair, it was post me paying for music days. The first 2, 3. No, I had. I had. What's Your Name? What year is Stan and Judy's Kid?
1999.
No. I tapped out at 98 for paying for music. Last album ever purchased, Piece of Paradise by Sky.
Okay.
Because it was the best album. I'm not going to buy another album after that. Yeah. Now, anyone who's not from Canada probably has never heard of Sky.
Probably not.
Is that, which is sad because Some Kind of Wonderful by Sky is the best song ever written.
It is actually pretty great.
I fucking love it.
Now, it's Canadian. Do you think if we played it on the podcast, we would even get in trouble?
We would.
All right, fair. Why? Because Sony Music will sue us? Go ahead, Sony.
Clive Davis and his goons from Arista are going to come and sodomize us.
Whatever. They're from Quebec. Who cares?
No, I know. Look, I'm all for hurting people from Quebec. I am on record as pro anti-Quebec. But no, I don't want to have a weird gap in the middle of the podcast on YouTube. Nah. I mean, on every other platform, it's fine. Yeah. We could play nothing but copyrighted music on everything else, but YouTube fucks us. And YouTube, so far, is the only thing that pays us. Besides you find people, besides viewers like you. This is now a PBS pledge drive.
That was very smooth.
Yeah, you know what? I'm pretty good.
I'm very proud of you. That was very smooth.
Most of my time lately is spent thinking of smooth segues to getting people to send me money.
That is fair. That's good. You know what? That's a good way to spend all of the time you have all day doing nothing but like laying in your own filth, sleeping at you pig.
Wait, you're going to clean it up every time?
Yeah, I guess. I don't like laying in it.
Well, That's where our paths diverge.
I can't even pull the covers up. I have to either be naked with nothing or I have to immediately clean up.
I don't do it in the bed.
Oh. Your hot tub?
Kitchen.
Do you exclusively jerk off in your kitchen? Look, there's a lot of, I'm not going to lie. In my parents' house and in this apartment, I've jerked off everywhere. So...
You were pretty pro-kitchen in here. You're on record.
Yeah, I'm on record. I'm on record for stating that. What, are you going to judge me?
No.
I even did the sun deck at my parents' house in the summer.
Sun deck.
Of course.
You know what?
It's well covered.
I would do the sun deck at your parents' house. Yeah. That's a nice spot.
Yeah, of course.
That's a beautiful spot.
Good wind. Like, the wind is up high.
Yeah.
So it doesn't affect your boner, but you get it in the face.
Yeah.
But no one can see you.
Cool breeze in the face. Vape pen in one hand.
Yep.
Penis in the other.
But you know what? Vape hand in my right hand is my right hand, and I'm jerking it with my left hand, which is my off hand. I'm giving myself a weird pull to the wrong side jerk.
I am strongly right dominant, borderline disabled with my left. I jerk off left.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
That's weird.
I didn't start, but at some point there was a switch.
That's weird.
I know.
I know I've done it like when I had a broken wrist and I had to.
Yeah.
But it was a real struggle.
It was a choice. I couldn't tell you.
That is a bizarre thing to... That's like just all of a sudden writing with your other hand. Like just for the sake of like, fuck it. And then you're just like...
I guess I'm writing lefty now.
I guess I'm a lefty.
I guess I'm pitching left.
Yeah. Yeah, pitching left and catching black.
Wait, you can't catch black, can you? my mother warned me about that, but I thought it was just an old wives'
My father will disown me if I catch black.
Once you catch black, you'll never go back home because your father won't let you.
Oh, it's sad how much that's probably happened in the world.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
America. What a place.
Thank goodness we're only ironically racist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not secretly, you said the name of a street that's a couple blocks away from here in a very funny accent.
There's a street near here named Haro Street, and as we were passing it, I said, "Oh, Haro Street."
Haro. You sound like from Team America, Kim Jong.
Yeah, kind of Team America, Kim Jong. Kind of Peter Sellers mocking Kato in the Pink Panther movies.
Oh, it just reminds me of Nathan For You. I don't know, like you need to sound a little bit more like, I don't know, listen, this isn't me saying it. This is just, I think you need to try and sound a little bit more Asian. I don't understand. Like, I don't think I can do that. Can you like give me an example? Yeah, okay, but like, just so you know, this is just me giving you an example. This isn't how I think. This is how other people think it sounds. Like, okay? Yeah, okay. Oh, you want me to park your car? It's maybe the greatest thing in the world.
If you haven't seen Nathan Fielder, just search Nathan For You, Nathan Fielder, park your car. I assume it'll come up.
Probably.
And do yourself, watch it now and thank us later.
Yeah.
Because it is a treat.
Watch the entire show. I'm pretty sure I didn't even have to fill it in. I put Nathan For You P and it gave me Park Your Car. And it's the very first video.
Hell yes.
Yeah, we've been pitching that show on air for at least a whole season plus this season.
Yeah.
So you need to watch Nathan For You, the listening audience.
Are you listening to me? Watch
Nathan For You is maybe the greatest thing to come out of Canada, although it's not exclusively Canadian, but it's made by...
He came out of Canada.
He came out of Vancouver.
He went to the University of Victoria and got really good grades.
Yeah, except for if you look at his thing, it's average. But he went to a party school.
He went where you go if you don't get into UBC or SFU. You go... He went to the place... You get shipped to the island if you don't get into those.
You go to the place where your parents want you to get out of the house.
Yeah.
It's a party school. So if you're looking to come to the Vancouver area, but not directly Vancouver, and you want to party at college, University of Victoria.
And you want to live on an island.
Pretty cool. That's got lots of bears and cougars. You know that it has like one of the biggest populations of cougars in all of the Pacific Northwest?
Whenever I'm in Tofino, there's a cougar warning.
Cougar warning? Yeah, always. There's so many.
I
guess they get there and then can't get off because they're dumb and can't swim.
They're not big. Well, it's a hell of a swim to anywhere else.
Deer can do it. Wolves can do it.
I don't know if either of those are true.
Well, wolves get from the island onto Saturna. They swim, they island hop. And elk too.
I guess if you go island to island, but like Vancouver Island to mainland,
straight across
is almost a 2-hour ferry ride.
You'd have to be like one of those animals that are expert swimmers, like a tiger, or a polar bear,
or that bitch that swam the English Channel.
Yeah, she was a dog, an ugly ass dog. What was I looking up? Oh yeah, mountain lions.
I just want to see one there. Vancouver. I'm like, they always promise the warning. I'm like, I want to.
They are terrifying.
I want to pet one.
They are terrifying. There are estimated to be 4,000 cougars in British Columbia, and 600 to 800 on Vancouver Island alone. And it is the highest concentration.
Proportionally by land, that's a lot.
It's the highest concentration of mountain lions in North America.
Nice.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's what that show Cougar Town is about.
It's about Vancouver Island,
yeah.
Dude, you do not want to see cougar. They are terrifying.
Look,
you think they're cool and cute?
I like running into animals in the wild and trying to pat them, usually unsuccessfully. Happens to be mostly on golf courses. I've definitely tried to pat
I forgot about that.
Coyotes.
I forgot about you petting coyote pups.
They're not that into it.
And you don't say.
And then a couple weeks ago, I think last time I played, there's a blue heron like right by the water hazard just hanging out. I'm like, I'm gonna pet it.
I'm gonna touch him.
He was also
less than enthused.
Not into it.
Yeah.
But I persist.
Yeah. Yeah, I
it's honestly why I golf.
I've seen a cougar one time and it was
scary.
And I wasn't that close to it, but I was close enough, and I wasn't in a vehicle. I was hiking.
Ugh.
And they're fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
They're a lot bigger than you think they are. And the noises they make are bone chilling because they cry like babies.
Oh yeah,
to try and trick people into coming and investigating. And they attack from above, and they know how to snap necks.
That's a lot of dirty tricks.
Like cougars fight dirty.
I was ready to say it after the first thing, and then you kept saying things.
Mountain lions or cougars are literally the sand of big cats.
Yeah,
like they'll cheat.
They're tricksters. They do cheat.
They cheat.
Which I respect.
I also respect that.
Win at all costs.
Yeah. I respect the attacking from above, because that's what...
Sorry, would you rather cheat and win or not cheat and lose?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not a loser, except for sometimes.
Means justified.
Cougars are horrifying to be around. I'm way more afraid of cougars than I am of like bears or wolves or coyotes or like anything else. Because
I'll fight any dog.
Bears lose interest.
Yeah.
And if they're not defending their young or a kill, then they're whatever.
Yeah.
Wolves, you just have to hurt the smallest one and they'll leave.
Yeah.
They'll retreat. But cougars go for the kill.
Yeah.
And are like ruthless.
Yeah. Cougars kill for sport.
Yeah. They definitely don't want to necessarily eat you. They just want you to not be alive anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah. They're terrifying.
That damn Courtney Cox. Was she on Cougar Town, or am I thinking of...
No, she was the lead.
Yeah.
She was the lead.
I confuse, because they're the same show, Cougar Town and Hot in Cleveland.
I think Hot in Cleveland was older ladies. Wasn't it?
I guess it was some... Well, like, I think Betty White was on it, but I think there were some, like, bitches in their 40s and 50s. Because, like, I think Valerie Bertinelli was probably on one of them.
She's in Hot in Cleveland.
She's Hot in Cleveland.
Hot in Cleveland was 129 episodes.
There's so many episodes. Wendy Malick was hanging out somewhere.
We got Valerie Bertinelli. We got what the fuck was her name on Frasier? Frasier's girlfriend. No, Niles' girlfriend. No. I don't know.
No,
the British one.
I think Niles' girlfriend was never seen nor heard.
Because it was a man?
Because it was a man.
Wendy Malick, Betty White.
Wendy Malick, yeah.
And then
so this is all Hot in Cleveland?
Dave Foley, Carl Reiner, John Mahoney.
No, a lot of Frasier types.
Craig Ferguson. Craigie Ferg, my boy.
And then Cougar Town's who? You got your Courtney Cox. You got David Cox Arquette. He married Courtney.
Yeah, Krista Miller.
Krista Miller.
Busy Phillips.
Was Busy Phillips a cougar when that show was on? I feel like
I think she's the daughter of someone.
I was gonna say I feel like Busy Phillips is like 32 now.
I think she's the daughter of someone. And then
what was her? Was she a freak and a geek?
Yeah, she was in that time frame.
That was her first thing.
Yeah, you also got your Dr. Kelso from
Bob Kelso
from Scrubs.
My man.
Also my man. That's a great show.
No.
That show deserves a rewatch.
My man.
No, he's my man.
Get your own man. Actually, you know what? You can have Kelso, I'll have Cox, because Dr. Cox.
Dr. Cox, yeah. What if I told you that Hot in Cleveland ran longer than Cougar Town?
I guess I would believe it, but I wouldn't believe the number of episodes for either.
Right.
Yeah.
136 and 102.
That's both,
and nobody's seen an episode.
Those are syndication numbers.
Sorry, 129 episodes.
You hit that hundo, you're syndicated. You're in.
That's nuts. Although I've never accidentally been flipping through channels or changed the channel and ended up on one of those.
Like, I guess it's a Hot in Cleveland day.
Yeah, that's not the thing that I see on repeat through syndication.
No.
Same thing with Two Broke Bitches or you know what show I remember watching a lot of was Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place, and then just Two Guys and a Girl. No pizza place.
Yeah, they got rid of the
Sans pizza.
Is Ryan Reynolds a guy and a girl? I remember the girl being cute.
We looked this up on a previous episode.
I think we did.
Yeah.
And like neither name means anything.
No, the guy is in Stuff,
but not the right stuff. Not the movie The Right Stuff from the 80s.
Isn't the girl? Trailer Howard.
Of course. My girl Trailer. But she's cute. Or she's cute on the show. I don't know what she is 20 years later. Yeah.
She's aight.
I don't mind a pixie cut.
And then
I don't mind a manic pixie dream girl.
It's all right. And then
an Elizabethtown type of bitch.
The other guy is I don't know. He's in Stuff. This is a perfect segue for me to bring up the fact that did you know that one of the secondary actresses from the hit television show Boy Meets World now does full-blown pornography?
That's my girl. That's the natural progression.
Not even like OnlyFans or like just stuff with her boyfriend.
No.
Real regular porn.
Penetration.
Do you remember Corey's older brother Eric?
Sure.
And he had the
I know the basics of Boy Meets World. I never watched it.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that's disappointing for you because now this isn't going to mean as much.
I see.
He had a very
was
tall...
it part of the TGI Friday lineup? Yeah. I feel like I only watched selected Full House was TGI. She's cute. What else? You had your Full House, Family Matters.
Family Matters. That was the big one.
Yeah. Boy Meets World and Step by Step.
Step by Step.
Yeah. So just Full House and Family Matters for me. I was tapped out by 9 o'clock, I guess. Although I feel like I never watched any of them new. I watched them all in syndication.
Yeah.
And I would have watched all of. No, I've probably seen most of Full House and half of Family Matters, and no Boy Meets World, no Step by Step.
I think. Well, here I'm bringing up the lineage here so we can see what the history is. So
of TGI Friday.
So.
Also weird that they were putting major shows on Fridays because no one does that anymore. Friday's the death day.
Yeah, but I guess maybe it was for the younger audience that was home.
I guess kids who were not going out on Fridays yet. I guess was the idea.
The original, I don't know. Do you want to skip the 80s?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So
I do.
So 89 to 90. So you got your Full House, Family Matters, Perfect Strangers,
Standing Tall,
and then some show called Free Spirit. And then you got. Then it changed to fall, winter, and then spring. So it was So you had Full House all year.
Yeah.
Then fall, winter, you got Family Matters, Perfect Strangers, and Going Places.
I feel like they were trying some stuff out in that slot.
Yeah. Then,
none of it
but then
stuck.
the spring, you got your Full House, you got your Dinosaurs.
Okay.
Then you got Family Matters. Then you got Perfect Strangers.
That's a solid 4.
Then you go Family Matters, Step by Step. And then it seemed like there was sort of like a moving things back around. Because there's like Perfect Strangers, there's Baby Talk, there's Dinosaurs.
Baby Talk.
There's some show called Getting By. There's some show called Camp Wilder.
Nothing titles. Getting By. Like, how do you expect anyone to ever remember what that show is?
Here we go. 93, starting in 93, Family Matters, Boy Meets World, Step by Step, Hanging with Mr. Cooper, and Sister Sister.
Ooh.
That's good. That's a good lineup.
I would have bet that Sister Sister was like a WB UPN show and not ABC.
How come?
No reason.
Oh, okay.
Please, no follow-up. No, please, I cannot stress enough that
I will be taking no more questions.
Fielding follow-up questions.
Then,
but I honestly didn't think it was ABC.
Oh, okay.
I guess I'm racist.
In the middle, you kind of got some Muppets Tonight.
Okay.
You got what else? Aliens in the Family.
Of course.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Yep.
Clueless.
Oh yeah, Clueless TV
you got
series.
You Wish, Teen Angel. I watched both of those. Then you got your Two of a Kind.
I'm guessing
Brothers Keeper.
I'm guessing Two of a Kind was some sort of twins. They love twins.
Yeah. It was Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen.
Oh,
yeah.
They got a Full House follow-up.
Yep. And then two guys, a girl, and a pizza place.
Yeah.
Then it really drops off because then you get the Hughleys.
Why does it drop off?
You know why.
Because they should have been
the Hughleys on twice.
Because they should have been on UPN.
I agree. Then there was a show called Making the Band, which was O-Town.
Oh yeah.
Then
that was an ABC show. I assumed it was like
in 2000.
I assumed it was MTV.
Yeah. Then you got, oh my god, what? two guys and a girl, Sans Pizza Place.
Yep.
The Trouble with Normal. That
rings a bell.
Then Norm.
Hell yeah.
And then something else, and then 2020
nice.
At the afterwards. Then it became Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Right.
Was like everything. Then The Mole. The Next Betrayal.
Can we
America's Funniest Home Videos
talk about the fact that The Mole is like the best show?
Yeah, it's great.
It's so good.
Yeah, that's definitely something that deserves a rewatch.
Loved it. I rewatched season 1.
Okay.
Like a while ago, but it's still pretty great. I think I found seasons 1, 2, and 5.
Okay.
3 and 4 were like nowhere to be found. I think 5 was maybe Celebrity Mole, and Joe Rogan was involved.
Oh, okay.
Instead of Anderson Cooper, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah. Don't quote me on any of that, but that's what's in my head.
Whose side of the argument was he taking? The guests or his own? Would you like to know?
You know what, Drew? He was with the guest.
Oh, okay. Would you like to know what the current ABC Friday night lineup is?
ABC Friday. Yes.
Shark Tank.
I was trying to think of anything that's on
Shark
ABC.
Tank and 2020. That's
the end.
Their Friday lineup.
That's like 8 through 11 on Friday. Like
it used to be American
two
House...
Shark Tanks in a 2020 or what?
Two Shark Tanks in 2020.
Beautiful.
It used to be American Housewife and Fresh Off the Boat. And then now it's just Shark Tank in 2020.
American Housewife starring what's her name from
Sarah
Eastbound and Down.
Silverman. Oh, Katie
Mixon.
Mixon. Who's got real fat now.
I was trying to think of a delicate way.
She's a chunker.
I was trying to think of a delicate way to say she was a hot lady with great tits on Eastbound and Down. Yep. And then she was cast in a show called American Housewife.
Yeah, where she had to be a chunky mom.
So it was for the role.
I think also she just kind of got chunky.
I think it was for the role. And then fresh off the boat, Randall Park and some other people from Harrow Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know that the guy who's Shang's son or whatever was in...
Now, Let's at least establish a baseline here.
Okay.
Do you actually mean Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat, or do you mean Shang-Chi from Marvel?
Shang-Chi.
Well, there's both, so that's why I'm asking.
They're the same thing.
So Simu Liu.
Yeah. Was on every season of Kim's Convenience.
Kim's Convenience. Yeah.
That's Katie Mixon.
Handsome woman.
That's what those Jumbo Naturals turned into.
I mean, they're still Jumbo Naturals.
Yeah. But everything
maybe
else
even Jumbo
cute.
Yeah, I'd say, dare I say, Jumbo Naturals than before. Yeah. It's just they're proportionally along with it.
I remember in that Eastbound and Down scene where she hooks up with him in the car, and I was so jacked about seeing her boobs. And then
emphasis on jacked.
Yeah, super jacked. And then it turned out that it was a body double, and I was very mad.
She didn't tit it up?
She did not tit it up.
But she clearly has great tits.
Yeah, I know, but I guess she's too good of a Southern girl to...
Unacceptable. I will tell you the best line from Eastbound and Down, which is saying something, because there's a few. It's... I don't know if it's the first episode, but it's very early, when his brother's wife says something pretty innocent. And and Kenny goes, "Don't stare at me with those dead eyes, you church bitch." I immediately apologize for that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I say that to myself a lot.
That's pretty good. I like that one.
Yeah. Just knowing it was a little too much. But also very fun to say. Even just the first part alone is fun to say. And then if you need to apologize, it's already built in.
Yeah. It's perfect.
Anyway, I'm Scott, at not Scott Henson.
27 minutes in.
Pretty good. New record? New record, but in which direction? The soonest we've ever done it?
Yeah, the soonest. We've definitely done it with like 5 minutes left in the podcast when no one's listening.
Yeah, that's fun.
We should, instead of like secret messages, like secret letters, we should just like start throwing out little things towards the very end, and then just like getting people to like acknowledge it to make sure they're listening all the way through.
They have to prove it. You have to constantly prove yourselves.
Yeah, and it's not going to be like at a specific time every episode. It's just at a certain point down the road, we'll just something, and then call it out just to see how many people are fucking listening.
You will be called upon.
You will be called upon. You will be called up to the front of the class. You have to share it with everyone. Yeah, it's one of those.
Did that ever really happen in school where, like, the teacher said, did you bring enough gum to share with the class?
That's fake.
That's not a real thing,
news.
Right?
I do remember one time in grade 8.
Did you bring enough cum to share with the class? Yes, ma'am, I did.
Yes, I have a lot of cum.
You should see the inside of my desk.
Yeah. When I was in grade 8, one of my art teachers overheard me use the term waxing the dolphin.
Nice.
And he made me get up in front of the entire class and say it out loud.
That's abuse.
So that everyone could hear it.
That is abuse. But he should go to jail.
I said it, and no one cared.
Sure.
So, like, he thought it was, like, this big embarrassing moment, and everybody's gonna, like, be like, oh my god, I can't believe... Like, I said it, and everybody was like, okay. And then we went back to doing whatever the fuck we were doing.
Are you gonna let him sit down now, you monster?
Yeah, like, it was so fucking stupid. I wonder what the fuck was his name? Mr. Hayes, I think? I hope he's dead. I know my art teacher my math teacher from high school is dead. And he was pretty chill.
I got a good chunk of dead teachers.
Well, yeah, because you're like 50 years old, so your teachers are all like
not
90.
True. I barely just graduated, and all my teachers died.
They died from the sadness of you leaving?
Mysterious circumstances. All the teachers whose classes I did badly. Just kidding.
I appeared to be mauled to death.
See that's why I can't even make that joke, because I never did bad in the class.
Because you're too smart.
Too damn smart.
Too damn smart.
An intellectual. I'm the thinking man's intellectual. What else is going on? I got a piece of news. But before that, I didn't take advantage of my beautiful segue and actually say where to send the money. So it started nice, but kind of trailed off. PayPal.me. not Scott Henson, and not to anything else which might send money to Scott Henson in Carlsbad, New Mexico, because he's gotten enough.
He has had it too good for too long.
Merry Christmas, Scott Henson in Carlsbad, New Mexico. Enjoy a Jeep Grand Cherokee on me.
Does he live...
You fucker.
Does he live in the canyon?
I hope he lives in the canyon. That'd be cool. I mean, or the caverns, Carlsbad Caverns.
Oh, yeah, caverns.
Is that what you meant?
Yeah.
That's what you meant. Say you're sorry.
Nah, I'm cool.
Say it.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Eat my ass.
Piece of news, which I hadn't even told you. I saved it until we go live. It's a follow-up to previous news, but an important piece of information. So you know how we spoke about the scientist who was instrumental in developing the mRNA, which of course is mentally retarded beep association, technology involved in the COVID vaccines, who is also a
former Nazi. Oh, we're not talking about that guy.
No, not him. We'll deal with later.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So who has a secret furry?
Yeah. We have his Twitter.
Oh.
So we have to both go follow him right now and get on him about doing something more interesting with mRNA technology than dumbass vaccines that barely fucking work with every new variant. So his name, I do believe... Here's his government name and address. Doxing on the air. His Twitter handle is, I believe, Sailor Roo Scout. So let's see if that works. Sailor, SAILOR ROOSCOUT.
It literally... I didn't even have to finish
autofilled. 138,000 followers. Is...
Interesting.
Like pretty much everything he posts is like debunking misinformation about the vaccines, which I guess if I had made the vaccine, I would probably be on that too. But yeah, fucking
not a lot of art going on, which I'm a little disappointed about. I would like mostly vaccine news,
but sprinkle in some art.
Then sprinkle in some
art. No, I'm with you.
Or some smut.
Absolutely some smut. For sure. But, yeah, so that's our guy.
Followed.
And, yeah, hopefully... Oh, and DMs... I don't know. You'll see it if you go. DMs are open, so maybe I'll hit him up and say, hey, let's...
Hey, don't you think you should be spending your time on something better?
Yeah.
Make this work.
Make this work. Save us... Hey, and this is for all you guys, too. If this fucking works, we don't need you to donate to the surgery fund anymore. Although we will probably still get you to donate to something because at the end of the day, we still like money.
Yeah.
But we'll use it on something else. I guess we'll just use it. I guess we'll just use it on cute outfits to go with our new looks. Surgery fund becomes cute outfit fund.
Cute outfits. Well, we can bring back Fashion Corner.
We can absolutely bring back Fashion Corner. Except now all the pants have holes in the butt.
Well, SPH, baby. SPH.
I more meant like to fit the tail and not someone else's penis.
Well,
but
dual use.
Dual purpose, absolutely.
Yeah, dual purpose.
So shout out to our real ass dude of the week, Sailor Roo Scout.
Real ass dude of the week. Oh yeah, love it.
Yeah. And thanks to our boy Edward, who gave us both the initial information about the guy and then the actual Twitter. So much appreciated there. What else? I don't have anything.
I felt like you had something.
No. No. I just wanted to. I didn't give Scrubs the attention it deserved. Yes, absolute rewatch on Scrubs, especially season 9.
Especially if you're a big fan of Dave Franco.
Who are the other idiots in that? You had there was
Molly Ringwald. No. Okay.
No. Not one of the new interns or students. Was not Molly Ringwald.
You don't know.
Molly Ringworm.
Ew.
Yeah.
Gross.
Knock on wood, I'm glad I've never had that, and I hope never to. Is that too much to ask to never get ringworm?
Well, yeah, good thing you're definitely not in an industry where it is vaguely kind of common.
Where it's prevalent all the time. Where the only people you've ever heard of getting ringworm are wrestlers.
I mean, I know a dumb dog who's had it a couple times.
Yeah, but come on.
Well, yeah.
Dogs get all kinds of worms.
Yeah, a lot of worms. Too many worms.
Yeah, a certain dumb dog who has not been taking his deworming pills.
Yeah, well, we gotta hold him down and stick him up his butt.
Or hide it in a piece of cheese.
Or hide it in a piece of cheese. Until he can smell it and then eats around it.
Fuck you.
Chews off pieces of the cheese
You think you're smarter than me?
You're a dumb dog. You're not smarter than me.
Take your fucking pill. God damn it.
God damn it. We don't want your worms.
So, drink sponsor of today's podcast. Crush grapefruit or toronja.
Or pamplemousse.
Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Toronja?
Toronja.
Fun to say.
It is.
I don't think I've ever said that word out loud before.
Well, and now you have on air, so everyone heard it. It feels on record.
It feels like a good look.
Yeah. I also had another mystery beverage host guest sponsor.
Start your sentence over again.
I also had a sponsor of the unofficial variety, but it's in the fridge, and I forgot to get it.
I'll let you go get it now.
You want me to go get it now?
Yep.
Do you want to drink it with your pamplemousse, though?
What? No, do I? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought you're one of the things you want to
drink.
No. Yeah, I do want to drink it with my
with your pamplemousse.
Well, I'm not going to put it in it, because that would be, I'm going to say, truly disgusting, and it would probably curdle immediately, actually. So we won't do that. But yes, I believe a second unofficial drink sponsor of the podcast, Bailey's Salted Caramel. I believe. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Salted caramel. Is that accurate?
I mean, no one can hear me, so yeah, it's accurate.
I mean, I'll confirm if you confirm. The people need to know. I can't leave them hanging. We're both going to have a tall glass. We're both going to have a liter.
A liter.
Give me a liter of Bailey's.
Liter of cola?
Yeah. Give me a goddamn liter of Bailey's. And I'm going to drink this milky liquor with my grapefruit crush. Because this is what it's come to. And this is what I've come on. In. Pardon me.
Come in.
Let what's that vampire movie? Let the right one come in you.
Yeah. There you go. Enjoy.
Give me that.
Have a nice sippy sip.
Let me swirl it around the glass. Nice legs. What's the bouquet like? Oh, you definitely get salted caramel in the bouquet.
I'm doing my own Foley.
Oh, look at you. All right. Oh, it's nice. That's just dessert.
Yeah,
what is.
That's dangerous.
That is dessert.
That is something that you could drink the entire bottle in one sitting.
You really could.
Yeah. Yeah,
that is that's scary. But
dare I say, I think I like this one better than the Red Velvet.
I think I do too.
Yeah, I think this one's got like a more smooth flavor.
Nothing against the Red Velvet. It was nice. But there's a new game in town.
It's also still in the fridge, but I can't drink it because once I drink it, it's gone forever.
Oh, so
that was it. It was limited edition. So.
Preserving it.
I also got a mini bottle of the espresso one attached to it.
Espresso Bailey's?
Yeah.
It's probably good.
I smelled it. It smelled pretty good. I haven't tasted it yet.
I mean, I guess it just saves you putting the Bailey's in coffee.
Yeah.
Because it's basically the same taste.
You want to Irish up that coffee? Oh, watch out, homie. We don't use the I word in this house.
White on white racism. When is it going to end? When are we, as white people, going to band together and start being racist against other people for once?
I think when Denmark, Norway, Sweden, and Finland admit that they're the same country.
You're just Scandinavia.
You're the same. Stop fighting!
Finland's a little bit Russian sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
But otherwise, yes.
And Denmark can be a little German.
Denmark can be a little German as a treat.
Yeah, you get a little sample.
Little German as a treat.
You get a little sample, but we're not spoiling your dinner.
And don't go crazy. Don't do a Holocaust or anything.
Don't do a Holocaust.
Denmark, I'm looking at you, Denmark. I know you're right
Denmark,
there.
We know what you're thinking.
Sitting right up there, Germany's hat.
It's not as fun as you think it is.
Look, don't get me wrong. It's sort of fun. But look, you're going to get carried away and everyone's going to get mad at you.
I'm just saying that's a lot. You couldn't even kill that many dogs.
And then people are going to say stuff like that. And then they're gonna get in trouble.
Where do you draw the line, though? Like, what's the end result? Okay, we've gotten rid of all of them.
What's the end result?
Yeah, the N-word result. Like we got rid of all of this specific type of people.
Yeah.
Well, we have all these. We have all the equipment. Who's next?
Oh,
where does it end?
Yeah.
And then it gets down to the point of like, well, you were born in Arizona, so you've got a natural tan, so we're coming for you.
So you're out, and then all the brown eyes, so we just have blue eyes.
Yep.
And then all the non-blonde, so we just
I got a brown eye.
So we just have blonde hair, blue eyes, and then we're done, I think.
Yeah.
I think then we're good. Then we start afresh.
I've got a brown eye.
Confirmed
brown eye.
So watch it, Denmark, is all I'm saying. And stop being racist to Sweden.
Yeah, you guys are the same people. Get over it.
Stop it.
Look, if you live in the same geographical area, you're all the same.
Yeah.
So, like, fucking Vietnam and Thailand, you're the same thing.
Africa,
you're the same thing. I couldn't tell you the difference between Equatorial Guinea and fucking South Africa.
Hutus versus Tutsis? Get out of here. Hotel Rwanda used to be nice until y'all ruined it.
White people are the worst. Except for we're the best.
Except for all the other people.
White people are the worst if it's only white people.
Yeah. Of white people are the worst. Yeah. Actually, of white people, Russians are the worst. Russians and Italians.
Yeah, that's true. I will agree with that.
Yeah. And then everyone else is pretty chill.
Yeah. Everyone else is okay in my book.
Yeah, it's varying levels of chill. Man, imagine a time in North America's history when the worst, the most hated people were Polish and Irish.
Other white people.
Yeah.
Did you hear
the worst thing you could be?
Did you hear China's very funny response to the USA boycotting diplomatically the Olympics? And like the reason why they're boycotting is because of how China's treating their minority Muslim population and enslaving them and putting them in work camps.
The Uyghurs?
Yeah. The Uyghurs.
I've been treating Uyghurs that way for a long time. I didn't know it was frowned upon.
We know
who likes them.
We know at least one Uyghur.
Bunch of Jamie Kennedy looking motherfuckers.
Malibu's Most Wanted, baby. So yeah, like Biden and now Australia have said they're not going because of the way that they're treating them, and the Chinese government, somebody was like. Well, I mean, we haven't done anything wrong, but America murdered all of those Native American people.
Damn.
So you're worse than us.
Damn,
and it's
got
like,
your ass.
Well, yeah, but also that was
But also not this week.
Yeah, like it's not currently happening.
Yeah.
That was decades and eons ago.
Yeah, come on. Grow up, China. That was like the 90s.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Oh, speaking of the 90s, not even. Speaking of, I want you to take a peek out the window across the water. Oh, I put it back up! It was back down to half-mast for like a couple days.
Ah, shit.
Did somebody die?
I don't know, but yeah,
Did the Governor General die?
All of our flags have been at half-mast for like a year?
No, less than a year, but a while.
A long time. Like, honestly, most of 2021.
Yeah.
Actually, I would say pretty much the entire golf season of 2021. Because there's a big flag at McCleary, and I can't remember the last time it was full mast.
How about the Vancouver Golf Club?
Where's that?
In Vancouver.
You sure?
Sort of.
Drew?
It's close enough.
Drew, where's the Vancouver Golf Club?
In Coquitlam.
Thank you.
In the suburbs, away from the city.
Miles from Vancouver.
Miles. Hours. A day's hike.
It's stupid.
It is stupid.
I've never played there.
I don't know anyone who has.
Is it a PSYOP? Is it even a real golf course? Is it like a Sandy Hook situation?
Sandy Hook. It is a Sandy Hook situation.
Oh, damn. I think you had told me to watch it originally, and then I didn't, but now I did.
But now you did, and you're claiming that you discovered it.
And it was my idea, and no one told
I
me
should watch it?
Yeah, and you should watch okay. A Dangerous Son?
Yep.
You watched it, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
That's a bummer of a movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's these like fucked up, emotionally disturbed, and otherwise kids that you're just doing your best so they don't become school shooters.
Yeah, and then if they do become school shooters, you also get in trouble because you're real dismissive of the school's fears of it happening.
Yeah.
Like that.
Oh, like the one that just
that current kid.
Yeah. Like the mom that texted him saying, "Don't do it."
Yeah. Your son's been drawing a lot of guns and decapitated heads and women with their limbs removed.
Your son has a detailed kill list.
And we're really concerned that he's going to do something really, really bad.
He's fine.
You know what? We got more things to deal with than what our son is doing. Thank you very much. Don't tell me how to parent. Oh, he killed a bunch of people? Uh-oh.
Well,
we're going to run.
You got me. Yeah, we're going to run and
see you later.
And get arrested. But
did he get Burger King? Did they get this kid Burger King?
They got him Burger King. Yeah.
Good. He deserves it. You can't go to jail.
Everyone,
hungry.
Look.
That should be Burger King's should be the official sponsor of arresting school shooters.
The rest of your life is going to be not great if you're not killed by the cops on the day of. It's going to be not great.
But you know what's going to be great?
Burger King.
Getting a Charbroiled Whopper.
Angry Whopper.
An Angry Whopper.
I'm talking spicy, and I say that in quotes because it's fast food sauce. It's tangy. I'll give you tangy. You get those crispy onions. You get a couple of jalapenos, I think.
Yep.
And you got
fried?
Maybe. Cooked. I'm going to say cooked, not deep fried.
Fair.
And and then I don't know, you go to an institution for the rest of your life, I guess. But
or you just get a slap on the wrist and you get to go home free.
Well, sure.
I mean, you're a kid and you killed kids. It's fine.
I mean, if it was during a protest, it's fine.
Yeah. If they were protesting social justice, it's fine.
Yeah, but not if...
You killed yourself. I like it.
But not if they're protesting social studies at school. Then you get in trouble.
Good job, Scott. Good job. I'm proud.
Social studies warriors.
Doing it on behalf of Louis de Champlain.
I like that you went Canadian social studies. Mm-hmm. Something everyone can relate to.
It's CanCon, Scott.
We
true. Have to.
35% of our social studies has to be Canadian content.
Wait, you want me to say George Vancouver?
Sure.
Although I guess he also did a part of America as well.
He did some America.
Yeah.
Although, I guess more here than there.
No, because there's a Vancouver, Washington.
There's a Vancouver, Washington.
And there's a Vancouver, Mexico.
Yep. There's actually more Vancouvers than Springfields in the United States. Yep. There's Vancouver in every...
Because he was all over the place?
In every state. Oh, yeah. George Vancouver fucked. George Vancouver fucked in every state, even before there were states, which is impressive on his part.
He knew the future.
Nah, they're gonna draw a line here, so I'm gonna fuck on this side and that side.
He couldn't stop getting it wet.
No, George Vancouver, notorious poon hound. Jacques Cartier, he was a good one. Too many French in Canada.
I mean, our country was French first.
Horrible.
And then the British came and became our white saviors.
That's true.
And the French are also white, but they became our English-speaking white saviors.
I love an English-speaking white savior. Yeah. We don't like to talk about it, but we were New France for a long time.
We were New France,
which is not okay.
We
although I don't know. Did New France go all the way to the West Coast? I don't know if we weren't New France. It kind of went into the prairies.
It kind of went like just past Manitoba, I think. Yeah. And then the rest of it was just the Deadlands.
Yeah, just trees. Yeah, literally trees.
Nobody moved far west until the British had already come over.
Until the British discovered and settled this land, their first humans to do so.
Yes. The first human eyes to gaze upon this landscape were the British.
And separate from that, the flag has been at half-mast for some time.
Yeah.
Unrelated.
Hey, I'm just telling you what I was taught in school.
I'm just asking questions.
This barstool hearsay.
Racist conspiracy theories with Jesse Ventura.
I don't think Jesse's a racist.
Do you know who went home at 9/11?
How come all the banks need to take their money out on 9/10? I'm just asking questions.
I don't think he is racist, actually. I think he's kooky, but I think
he's pretty liberal.
Yeah, I think he's oddly liberal.
Yeah. For like a crazy
person,
crazy professional wrestler
/ governor,
gun nut. I think he's kind of a gun nut.
I think so.
But I think he's pretty open-minded and liberal. I mean, I don't know how he is with the gays. He does get the call.
I mean, you saw him in wrestling, right? He wore a feather boa.
He did wear a feather boa, and he was very oiled up. And a very bad wrestler.
Very bad wrestler.
Maybe one of the worst.
Yeah. Highly charismatic. Yeah. Very bad at wrestling. I mean,
he was the Scott Henson of his era.
He figured it out early enough. He's like,
yeah, be gay, don't be good at wrestling. That's the two rules.
The big two, which I have followed to a T.
Yeah, as opposed to now, where it's hit your spots, get yourself over, safety if there's time. Unless it's a tag match, then the third rule is matching gear, and fourth becomes safety if there's time.
Yes, but also be gay and be bad at wrestling, cough Danhausen, cough Effie, etc. Who else can I call out?
Whoever you want.
I mean, there's...
Cough Dave Turner.
Touche.
He's not listening. It's fine. I love you, Dave, if you are listening for some weird reason.
Sorry, Dave's wife, if you're listening.
I'll take a run at Dave's wife.
I'll take a run at Dave's wife.
Well,
okay.
All right.
On record.
What's he gonna do? Sit in the corner and jerk off?
What are you gonna do? Be gay about it?
Well, he's got a hot wife. What do you want?
That's true.
I'm allowed to say that my friend's wife is hot.
It's his fault for being gay and having a hot wife.
Yeah, exactly.
You brought it on yourself, friend.
You brought it on yourself. Off air, I'll tell you whose wives I think aren't attractive.
I hope you have a ready-made list.
Oh yeah, it's written out. It's typed out on the computer, but I can't bring it up right now.
It's like
it's under lock and key until 7 p.m.
It's like a reverse hall pass list.
Yeah.
Like the 5 women.
These are the wives that are not allowed to enter my penis.
The 5 women I will never fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Even given the opportunity.
Even given a free reign of any position. No bags.
Missionary. The best position.
With kissing.
With kissing?
Missionary with kissing.
Holy shit.
It's the worst one. It is. It's the worst. It's the worst one.
It's the worst one.
Yeah, you don't get enough, like, oomph, and you have to kiss.
Disgusting.
Yeah, exactly. And how are you supposed to put your foot on the back of their head and mush it into the mattress? I've seen too much porn.
It's almost impossible. In
I've seen too much. It's really eroded my brain.
How am I supposed to mush him that way?
I like to mush.
No, it's fun.
You see, usually this is the point where we'd be like, all right, the movie we watch. Let's get to that. There's not a lot.
Unsure.
There is not a lot.
There's not a lot. I will do a mention of the last movie where must have been as a comment to me posting it. So let's find that. It should be right here.
I'll just keep doing my own Foley.
Yeah, you do that, and then we'll meet up later.
One thing we forgot to mention about Southland Tales was that the fake CNN news coverage was sponsored by Bud Light, something, and Hustler.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good stuff. So as a response to last week's podcast, sometimes co-guest with me on Drunken Peasants, Jeff Holiday, at Jeff Holiday Real, 14,000 followers. Let's see if we can get him to 15.
Oh, why? Because there was a fake Jeff Holiday?
I think he's had to have several counts because he keeps getting suspended.
Oh.
Good guy, great guy, dare I say. Founder of the alt-right, pretty cool.
Sick.
By accident. Like, he's super left, but I guess, like, in...
People don't understand irony?
Kind of, yeah. Like, I don't know, 2014, 15, whenever he was big into, like, the Kekistan memes and stuff. And, I don't even know what. I don't know anything on the internet. But,
of course, yeah.
But I guess, like, something, like, credited him as, like, founding the alt-right. this super lefty guy from Portland.
Is he also the guy who created Pepe and then it got taken away from him?
He did not create Pepe, although I'm sure he used some memes at some point. So, our boy Jeff responds unironically to our podcast post. One of the best movies ever made, and I will not apologize for that opinion. It's brilliant. In relation to Southland Tales.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on Jeff's thoughts?
I'm glad that the alt-right like him. Because he deserves it for making comments like that.
Yeah, I don't think they do, actually.
Oh.
My response was, oh, you're not well.
Yeah, I saw that. No.
Yeah.
Are we watching the same movie?
Is Jeff Holiday the one person who understood Richard Kelly's misunderstood child? He's the one? Like, Richard Kelly made this for Jeff?
For Jeff. Specifically for Jeff and himself.
His name a Jeff?
My name a Jeff. And yeah.
Jeff, are you
Jeff,
okay?
Are you Richard Kelly?
I hope you're on DP with me tomorrow, Jeff, because we got to spend the entire show talking about
Southland Tales.
I believe he's also on record as David Lynch Dune better than Villeneuve Dune.
Oh.
Which is also, I think,
that's an interesting hill to die on.
It is something. So
that is a very interesting hill to die on.
I think it's possible, and I don't know this is just spitballing, that Jeff is bad at movies.
Okay, fair.
Because not everyone's good at movies.
I can fully state that not everyone's good at movies.
Not everyone has to be good at everything. Not everyone can be good at everything. You and I are good at lucky at movies, unlucky at love is what the old folks say. Jeff, possibly lucky at love, but you're bad at movies. You're unskilled at watching movies.
You don't know how to use your eyes properly.
You found a way to watch movies wrong.
The connective tissue from your retina to your brain. There's an interruption in the feed.
I don't know if it's a neuron, a synapse, a gluon, which I think is some sort of subatomic thing.
You're missing a chromosome.
You have an extra chromosome.
You have an extra chromosome.
Who's to say? But you don't have...
That boy ain't right.
You don't have 23. 22, 24, take your pick.
One or the other. It's up to you.
It ain't 23. It is not 23 and you. You have to go to a different website.
24 and me.
but 24 is spelled wrong. I go 24 me.
24 me.
And it's just a website that sells candy.
It's not even to figure out your
You're
genetics.
not gonna want to see this DNA.
And you know what? We feel bad about telling you.
Yeah. So have some Skittles.
Yeah. Here's an unlimited year's supply of Skittles. Just for coming.
Not a lot of people, if you can prove...
if you can prove you're a 24.
That you're a 24. If you can prove you're a Kiefer Sutherland type.
Yeah. Is that what that show's about?
I believe so.
It's about Kiefer trying to prove he's not a retard?
It's about Special Agent Jack Bauer trying to prove to the U.S. government that he's not retarded.
That he's mentally capable?
Yes. And that he should be allowed to keep his gun.
Now that's a show I can get behind. You got your Doogie Howser MR. You got the Real 24.
And of course, Young Sheldon. The big three of neuroatypical TV shows. Oh, that's fun. Do we have to talk about the movie?
Nah, not really.
Not really.
Not really.
So we've seen 2 Richard Kelly movies now.
Yeah.
Neither is Donnie Darko.
No. And neither is coherent.
Neither is good. Jeff. I guess this is more coherent than Southland Tales? Or
to start, yes.
Or as my tweet says, Southland's Tales.
Southland's Tales.
Good job, me.
I think to start it is.
It appears to have actual narrative at the start.
It really gets bonkers.
It does
out of all over the place.
Sort of abandon that as it goes along. There's one plot point for the first 45 minutes.
Yes, and then that's gone.
Yeah, then I guess there's more, but none of them make sense.
Yeah. Scott, hey. I was confused by the title. So this whole movie is about a box that they receive in the mail and the consequences around the box, correct?
Yes.
The entire movie?
That's correct.
Oh, okay. So all 1 hour and 55 minutes of this movie...
Longer than I thought it was.
...was about the box and the importance of the box.
Well, I can't necessarily confirm that.
Oh.
I can confirm that all 1 hour and 55 minutes were necessary to the movie. That it never dragged.
I do enjoy car rides that don't really reveal a lot.
Yes. A pointless conversation.
A pointless conversation with a large-breasted Gillian Jacobs.
Gilly.
Yeah, so we watched The Box as I
2009.
2000 plus 9.
Obama's president, although probably wasn't when they filmed it.
No, they definitely filmed it the year before. It was like before he would have been president.
Yeah.
So you got it's set in 1976, Virginia.
So
not West, just the regular one.
Yeah.
It's not Almost Heaven.
No.
You got James Marsden, aka the worst part of the X-Men movies.
Cool Cyclops.
And you got Cameron Diaz doing
the best part of The Mask.
Stupid Southern accent for no reason.
Yeah, there's some accents in this movie.
I want to know who told Cameron Diaz she can act. Because everything she's ever done up to this point has just kind of been comedy.
Yeah, mostly.
And then they were like, hey, not only are you going to be in this serious thriller, but also we want you to sound like you're from Mississippi.
We want you to sound like a landowner.
Yeah, we want to make it sound like your ancestry.
Or a person owner.
You might have a very small percentage of non-white genetics in you. So,
yeah.
Set in the 70s, they're married, they have a kid. And... they are... He works for NASA.
He's a scientist with NASA.
A scientist with NASA who is applying to become an astronaut.
Yes. And she is a teacher.
She is a middle school or like junior high.
Yeah.
Junior high English teacher?
Yes.
English lit?
Lit, yeah.
She's a lit teacher.
Teaching Star Trek.
She fucking lit.
And between the two, between the teacher and NASA scientist...
who is smart enough to
whether or not he becomes an astronaut, spoiler, he doesn't. But could be. So he's on astronaut track.
Yes.
Between them are living paycheck to paycheck and will no longer be able to afford their son's tuition because they're canceling
the faculty subsidy.
Teacher subsidized commission.
Yeah, so if she
tuition.
If she was teaching, they could afford to get him in.
Yeah.
But then they cut that. And now magically NASA scientist.
Yeah, now that his tuition is $75 a year.
In 1976 when you could get a house for $30.
Yeah, I was going to say, because later on, to slightly jump ahead, when they're given the ultimatum with the box,
and she's given the ultimatum.
She is, and Frank says, "Hey, I'll give you $100 regardless." I'm like, Fucking take the $100 and call it a day. That's a down payment on a house.
A down payment on a 3-bedroom house with property.
Yes.
She, okay, like just a dumb thing that stood out to me really early on was she has a meeting with the principal. The principal tells her that they're not longer doing the subsidy. Then she goes to the very next thing she has to do.
I love that.
Which was...
They were just like in the lunchroom, like the staff.
No, they were like coaching swimming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were like at a swim class, coaching or something, and the other lady goes like, "Well, have you told him about it yet?" And
she says, "What does he think about it?"
What does he think about it?
I'm like, I don't know. I didn't call him on my 1976 cell phone.
It's literally been 5 fucking minutes, you idiot.
And we're at school. If you haven't seen him here, I haven't talked to him.
Yeah, stupid bitch.
God damn it. Richard Kelly,
you idiot. So
Jeff Holiday.
She goes home, and when she's at home, the doorbell rings, and here appears old Skeletor himself, Frank Langella, who has a very stupid-looking chunk of his face missing with some bad CGI.
He put green on his face.
It is essentially from the bottom of his cheekbone to the top of his jaw, and it's just like it's like somebody took an ice cream scooper and just did a scoop out of his cheek.
Scoop out of his cheek, yeah. It's worse than Terminator, not as bad as Roger Ebert.
Oh, too soon.
Too soon?
Too soon.
Okay.
I would have also accepted Bobby Heenan.
That's too soon.
That's too soon?
I can take Ebert, I can't take Heenan.
All right.
Heenan makes me too sad.
That's fair. So he appears as like the man in black, and he wants to make her an offer
that she can't refuse.
So he gives her the namesake of the movie, the box, which is locked, and inside is a button. And the button, Frank says, if you push this button, you will be given $1 million in cash in a briefcase, exactly like the $1 million in this briefcase I have right here.
But not this $1 million.
It will be sent to you in a briefcase like this.
This is merely a visual aid.
Yeah. I need this for my job.
This is my $1 million.
This is my
If you push the button, you will get a different $1 million.
In the exact same briefcase.
That's correct.
But if you push the button, a random person you do not know
somewhere in the world
will die.
Yeah.
And he says you have 24 hours to decide, and then if you don't, I will come back, then the deal will be off the table, and it will be given to someone else.
Yeah.
So then we find out about her husband, James Marsden's character, who is a lead developer on a new camera that will be going to Mars.
On the Viking spacecraft
to take pictures, etc., and while he's kind of hanging and yucking it up with the boys, a letter comes for him about being it's his application for being an astronaut. And so his boss gives it to him. They're all in good spirits.
And everyone sort of assumed it was a slam dunk.
Yeah, they're all in good spirits, and they're like, there's no way that this isn't happening.
Yeah, like you and Neil Armstrong are going to kiss in space.
You guys will be the first gay men to kiss in space. So as they're chuckling and whatever, he reads it and he says, did somebody tamper with this? And they're like, no, this is how it came in the mail. And he goes and says, well, it says I'm rejected.
I'm fucking rejected.
So then the next scene is 4 old white men in an office, as it should be.
Even though I've never been part of that, made me nostalgic. Mm-hmm. Well, I feel in a previous life, I was an old man in an office, an old white man in an office.
An old white man in an office.
It felt so. This doesn't speak well for me. But seeing those old white men in an office, smoking, made me. It felt so comforting and safe. I'm like, this is where I'm safe.
This is my safe space.
Yes.
Being in Mad Men is your safe space.
I was going to say, I think I'm just going to watch Mad Men for the rest of my life.
Till the end of time. So, one of, his boss's boss.
God damn it, Don, you did it again.
Makes a phone call to that, whoever. And
did we say the reason he was rejected was because he failed the psych exam?
He failed the psych exam, which is why. And he can't believe it because he's like, I aced every exam. I don't get it. And then, so he leaves. So then he goes home and he's presented with the like situation of the box.
Have we said that Cameron Diaz has a hoof?
We have not.
We should.
So, right before she finds out that she's no longer getting the teacher subsidy,
the biggest creep in class.
The biggest creep in class asks her why she limps, because he's seen her walking.
Yeah.
And so she decides to just like tell a bunch of high school kids and expose her weird foot to them.
He kind of was the impetus for it. He was like, show feet.
Well,
he was a real show feet
He
guy.
was egging her on, but also like, you're a teacher at a school.
Yeah.
You don't need to be showing your gross foot to kids.
Yeah.
So she pulls her shoe off and she's missing every toe except for her pinky toe.
Yeah.
And it's just sort of like, like a cleft hoof, like rounded off front.
A stump.
And then when we go to James Marsden, he's designing like a latex prosthetic for her foot.
Yeah.
So that she will be able to like walk properly. And he says that she'll be able to run again.
Yeah.
And that they ask her how she lost her foot. And he says that like her brother dropped a dumbbell on it and she thought she had a broken foot. So she went to get an X-ray, and while she was in the X-ray machine,
the doctor got distracted and went somewhere else.
He went to look at another patient and forgot he had put her in the X-ray machine.
And fucking fried her foot with the X-ray.
It like destroyed all of the tissue in her feet.
Yeah.
So then they had to amputate, but it was also, he said, it was in the 50s, so they didn't have like the proper skin grafting technology.
Yeah.
So she was stuck like in a full lower body cast with her leg bent at like hip out and leg back 90 degrees towards her other leg
to get skin from her inner thigh.
Yeah, so that it would heal. So then they was like, oh, you could have sued. Did they sue? And they're like, yeah, her parents sued. And like, good. How much money did they get? And they're like, $10,000. And then I was like, I couldn't tell.
I also couldn't tell because it was like like $10,000 in the 50s is pretty good, but for that kind of malpractice, maybe should have been more. I was very unclear on the reaction to the $10,000.
Is that a lot?
Yeah.
Like, are you glad that she got $10,000, or are they looking at you like her parents were retarded for not getting more?
And we don't know because the characters gave us nothing to pick up on.
Yeah, and then that was just the end of the conversation.
Never mentioned
because then the letter comes and then that's it. It's over. Yeah. So they go after work. He comes home. They have the conversation about the box. They're sort of like joking around about it. Like they're not really serious about, they're like, whatever, this is so dumb. Haha, whatever. Then I guess we're like 20 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
And 25 minutes in maybe. And I had seen this movie before, but probably in 2009.
And your memory was, most of it was debating about pushing the button.
I remembered that I thought I remembered that the argument over pushing the button was like a much more like, oh, fuck, like this is really going to have implications.
And like,
do we really want to like randomly kill someone we don't know for $1 million?
Yeah.
But it was kind of
like the climax in Act 3 is pushing the button.
Or like, no, like,
or not.
I thought the climax of pushing the button was like well into the movie, and then there was repercussions for it, not just like, fuck it, let's push the button, like, okay, I'll push the button, bam, push the button, done.
That's it. We're like, we have an hour and a half left.
Like there was so much more of the movie, and we're like, what the fuck? And then, the only thing I remembered was there was one really dumb fucking thing about this movie, like a twist, that even watching it again, I was like, oh, I thought this was way dumber than it was, but it was still not good. So they push the button, and then I believe Frank Langella comes back to get the box.
Yep.
And they're like, asking him questions and like who he works for and whatever. And he's like, I can't discuss my employers. I can't do this. You just have to it's over. That's it. Done. You'll get your money. But then they become obsessed with like trying to figure out who he is. And then when oh man, it's such a fucking long ass movie. They found out that who the person that got killed was, but not till much later. Yeah. So then when James Marsden starts making phone calls to try and figure out who Frank Langella is, and he shows up back at the house, and sort of they try to confront him, and he leaves again.
Yeah.
And James Marsden writes down his license plate number, and then he goes to one of his friends who works like also at NASA, I guess.
Yeah, and we're like, Oh, if only you worked for a government agency that would have the capability to track someone's license plate.
Yeah, if only you had those connections. So he runs the plates. They go to some big dinner party with a bunch of like higher up like NASA and government people.
Yeah.
And so very subtly over the course of this, characters are like having nosebleeds when they have conversations with Cameron Diaz's character.
Yeah.
So it was like the principal at the school that was telling her that she no longer had the subsidy.
Yeah.
And then it was like this guy at the party who I guess was like one of the butlery types who said she had a phone call. And then later on, the babysitter, Gillian Jacobs, and her Jumbo Natties, when she's talking to James Marsden, she gets one.
Yeah.
And then the lady reporter, who I guess is James Marsden's friend, when she talks to her in the supermarket.
Yeah.
So
that's nosebleed and collapses.
That's a recurring thing. So when they're at the party and James Marsden's like talking to his friend about like can you run the number of the plate for me and find out, and he says yeah. And
there's a vicious dogfight going on
outside my apartment. Then the phone rings, and this guy comes to get her, and it's Frank Langella on the phone, and he's like, I hear that your husband's poking around and talking to the police and trying to figure out who I am.
I'm like, huh, that was fast.
That's not, like, that kind of breaks the rules of the thing. Like, just stop poking around, just take the money and enjoy it.
Yeah.
And then she goes outside of the party to look for her son, and her son gets kidnapped and dragged away by strangers. Then she gets kidnapped. And then James Marsden gets some information that if he wants to find out something, he needs to go to the library at this time and look for this thing. But that's when it kind of starts to get really fucking bonkers.
Whack.
Yeah, so then it goes where all of a sudden, like, all these people that are connected, and everybody acts like there's some kind of like zombie mind control,
kind of drones.
Alien drone, like something like
they're all just like, everyone at the library is just like stops and like looks
like
at
a hive
mind,
like a hive mind, right? So he enters the library, he goes to find the thing he needs to find, but then like he can't get out of the library, like nobody will let him leave.
Yeah.
So as he's like walking through this long like study hall area kind of thing, every seat is full, and as soon as he approaches, all of them turn and face him
in unison,
and it's just everyone all the way to the front. Then he gets to the front, and there's this like lit up lady. Yeah. And he like starts to approach her, and she gives some hand gesture, and everyone stands up.
Yeah.
And then he like, you're
his wife.
You're Frank Langella's wife, and she goes, yes, I am. And then there's how do I get out of here? And she's like, well, this is a private library, like only employees are supposed to be here, but
actually it's pronounced library.
Library. And then she was like, but I can show you the way out.
Yeah.
So she takes him into some room where there's like 3 like
it looks like
in the ground.
It looks like the top of a skylight.
Yes.
It looks like you're on the roof
and you're looking down
at the skylight. There's like 3 skylights in the floor.
Yeah. And so essentially what she says is that he's the he's the way for like kind of like salvation.
Yeah.
And like he's doing the work for someone else is sort of what it's alluded to. And she says to him, like, only one of these paths will take you to where you want to go. And then he goes like, well, what are the other 2? And she goes like, eternal damnation. So, kind of like heaven and hell or whatever, or living and going to hell. And
he's like, well, what if I just don't do it? She's like, yeah, I thought of that. Also, eternal damnation.
You die.
Like, oh, shit. So it's,
So one of the things that... so Gillian Jacobs was like the nanny that they hired.
Yeah.
And when he's driving her home, and she sort of like...
she nosebleeds and passes out.
And then when she wakes up, she sort of tells him, like, you need to get out of here. This isn't safe.
Yeah.
But there's only one person that's trying to save you. And she's like, just look in your mirror. And earlier when they were leaving the party, there was just like a random guy.
Well, wasn't it the creep kid from
No, it was a different guy. It was just like a random guy.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a random guy because the freak kid had a nosebleed, and then they took him away.
Yeah.
So it's just some random guy, and he was holding up like the peace symbol.
Yeah.
So then he kind of clued in, like, oh, the man in the mirror. He's telling me to go for number 2. So he goes through number 2.
And so before he goes into any of them, this like bad CG water,
like
comes up from all the
easiest CGI that you can do of just like here's a fake like rectangular cylindery type thing, and then just create the water effect in that like that section, and that's it. Like super easy. So he steps through it. And then we see Cameron Diaz waking up in the bedroom of their house. And when she like wakes up and looks up, there's just like hanging water above the bed with Marsden in it. And then she like, dives off the bed. He crashed onto the bed. All this water comes out and pours through the house. And then their son sees it. And then I'm
like, yeah, we got $1 million, but like, are you going to pay for this fucking water damage? Or like that comes out of the $1 million? Or how does this work, Frank?
If it comes out of the $1 million, I'm going to be real angry.
Yeah. All of a sudden, I'm at 950,000.
There you go. Then the son comes upstairs to check on them, and it's like, "Don't worry, hey, son,
hey,
don't worry.
Why was there a tidal wave in the bedroom?
Your mom's just a squirter.
Your mom's a squirter.
It's cool. Don't worry about it. Mom just gets real wet when I flick her nipples. So they like clean up the house, and they act really suspicious, and like they don't tell him anything. But then. The first kind of reveal is that his friend who he went to give the license plate to says that like it's a government registered town car for the NSA for this guy, and then and like Frank Langella's character, and then his boss and like another guy are having a conversation about his character who apparently was a NASA scientist. He got struck by lightning and no one seen him since.
Oh no, he got struck by lightning, died.
Died. Then came back and was in a mental institution? Or like a recovery ward or something? Like
he died and they like put him in the body slot in the morgue or whatever. And then they heard laughing coming from it. And I'm like, oh, he's actually alive. And then he was exhibiting powers. And
powers. They gave him sexual powers.
I don't know, abilities or whatever.
Yeah.
And and then they had him somewhere, and then I guess it was just implied that he left whatever facility he was in and is kind of doing his own shit.
Well, at the beginning, there was like all that writing like stuff that just said like he disappeared from this facility at this time, has not been seen since.
Right.
So they're discussing like that's what happened. But meanwhile, like Frank and the other guy are like can hear the conversation the whole time. Mm-hmm. So then. They end up so it's so insane that they keep like kidnapping and then giving back, and then like they disappear. But
why was Cameron Diaz abducted when she and her kid were abducted?
I'm sorry, Scott. What's the question?
Cameron Diaz was abducted, woke up in bed.
I don't think I saw that part of the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Withdrawn.
I don't know. That does not. None of that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like kidnapping her, kidnapping the son, and then the son's just like awake downstairs in the house, like no problem.
Yeah.
Like he's not in bed. He's not disappeared. Like he appears from downstairs when the water comes, clothed, like he's been hanging out in the living room watching TV, and then just like runs up the stairs. Like,
well, I think the abduction was after that.
No, because that's when she wakes up in the water. Like she gets kidnapped.
You're right.
She wakes up in the bed.
She does wake up in the bed.
So
from the kidnap.
I don't understand why.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Because in my head, the kid, we didn't see the kid come back from the kidnap until the end.
No.
But yeah. Well, that's even stupider.
And then the kid gets kidnapped again. And like taken
again. And this time they do stuff to him.
This time they get a little handsy. So what happens is so the son gets kidnapped again under like mysterious circumstances, and they obviously want their son back.
Yeah,
and
give me back my son. What's that? Mel Gibson?
Get off my plane.
Payback?
No,
ransom.
It is ransom, but it's also Harrison Ford in Air Force One.
That's give me back my
family.
Give me back
my family.
Yeah, but give me back my son. Mel Gibson.
It is payback. Yeah.
So Marsden meets up with the husband of the woman who was
the button
killed by the button.
Yeah.
And also by her husband.
Yeah, so that's sort of one of the reveals is that yes, the button kills someone, but it's not actually pushing the button.
And it's not random.
No.
It's
connected.
It's the last person who had the button.
So what it is like the husband has to kill the wife, or else the child will have, like, this bad thing happens to the kid.
Yeah.
So that's why the first woman died when they pushed the button, because they have to do it within 24 hours.
Yeah.
And that's the time frame of the 24 hours.
Yeah.
So then it just goes to them, and then it just goes to them. So, like, the button actually isn't doing anything. Mm-hmm. The button is just, like, a trinket in the little mystery of, like, it's like the... part of the test is like whether or not you would do it. So he meets up with the husband of the woman who was killed when they pushed the button, and he like tries to reveal to him, like, they made me choose between my wife and my daughter.
Yeah.
And that's why they found the daughter locked in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like crying. Mm-hmm. So then they get in a car crash.
Yeah, a truck plows
into them. The other guy presumably dies.
Yeah.
Then he, when he ends up going home, that's when the son's been taken.
Yeah.
Right?
Or is that where Marsden shows up, like, coming out of the light in the airplane hangar?
Oh, yeah.
I think it is that.
Yeah. And then they, like, kind of drag him away.
Yeah.
And then they
they just take him home.
Yeah, they take him home again. Yeah. Like the kidnapping literally is nothing.
Kidnapping is so.
The kidnapping is like helping you get back to your bed.
Yeah, they just take you home when
they like chase you down in a car, cause you to have a car accident.
It's very
and then you just wake up like sleeping comfortably in your pajamas in your bed, and like your wife is making you breakfast like nothing happened.
Or maybe there's a small tidal wave.
She should. Yeah.
So somewhere in there, nearish the end, we get some Frank Langella, I think. Some Frank Langella information. So, like, when he got struck by lightning, he basically became something else, whether it's supernatural or god or religious
or demonic or alien
or whatever.
It's really ambiguous.
Intentionally kept that way.
Yeah.
I guess if anything, you'd probably lean toward religious almost, because like you do get pretty into like heaven and hell by the end of it.
Yeah, and like with his wife being like surrounded by the light and like saying like the damnation stuff is very biblical.
Yeah, and like he's tempting people.
He's tempting people.
So he's kind of Satan.
Yeah.
So so the deal with the box is he's basically testing humanity, like one of these at a time, and he's saying to one of the other NSA guys that if people keep failing these tests by pushing the button, then his employers are going to speed up the destruction of humanity. What's that? Destruction of humanity in a Richard Kelly movie, you say?
What?
3 for 3?
He likes
Don't
what he
mind
likes.
to fight. He likes what he likes.
He likes what he likes.
He has a type.
He's a real Luc Besson. He likes what he likes. Underage girls being badasses.
He likes what he likes, and that's 12-year-old Natalie Portman. Jennifer Connelly. Jennifer Connelly, Natalie Portman. Jennifer Connelly.
For what?
The Professional.
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman.
Okay.
Yeah,
Natalie Portman.
I don't know why I... Yeah, Jennifer Connelly's a Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you get those confused?
There's every... I don't know. There's so many movies with...
with sexy kids.
With underage girls.
There's too many sexy kids in movies these days.
They cloud my mind. They get me into a fog. But,
a ball fog.
So yeah, is that most of the... okay. So then, so that's most of the Frank information. That's as much as you're gonna get. So I hope you like it.
Yeah, I don't think you get. Yeah, you don't get any more. And then, so son's been kidnapped. They don't know where the son is. James Marsden gets kidnapped and then just wakes up at home.
Yeah.
And now it's Frank shows up.
And now it's second ultimatum time.
Yeah. So Frank shows up at their house again, and he's already sitting in the kitchen when they enter. They show up and they sit down with him, and he pretty much says, "Listen. Yeah, I have your son. He's got some.
two of his senses are, I don't know, adversely affected.
Yeah.
And by that I mean he can't see or hear anymore.
He will never see again. He will never hear again.
He's living in darkness.
So then, and it's like, and he literally says,
never.
He says irreversible.
Never. Yeah. He uses the word. He uses the word irreversible. Yeah. Unless
he says that if you shoot your wife in the heart right now and sacrifice her life, then he will be fully healed and back to normal. So it's a real your son will never ever go back to being normal, except for if you do this one thing and then I'll make him go back to normal.
Murder your wife. One thing I wasn't clear on. Do they keep the $1 million either way?
Yes.
They've got the $1 million.
This
is just a new deal.
He says you can just live your life comfortably with the $1 million with your wife and look after your son.
And little Helen Keller.
Oh, yeah. Or you and your son can live your life.
Okay.
I think is what he says. So, like, it's all with the money. They've already got the money.
It's fucking win-win, baby.
Yeah.
Dead wife, dead kid, $1 million.
And you can get a new wife who's got 2 fucking feet.
Yeah, you can buy a new wife with all her toes.
Yeah, you can suck on them.
Some beautiful beans on those toes. Beans.
So, but then Cameron Diaz says it's my fault. He had nothing to do with it. I pushed the button.
Oh, and also it's by the end of the movie, it's very clear that every single time it's the wife who pushes the button.
Yeah.
It's always,
goddamn bitches.
It's always the bitch.
Goddamn bitches. They are so money hungry.
I thought that was a very funny touch.
Yeah, that was.
That because they showed,
the husbands are the ones that are ha ha ha, jokingly let's push it.
They showed 3. Yeah. They could have had one be the guy.
All 3 were the women.
All 3 were the women.
All they care about money.
I like that.
That's why you should stay away from women.
That was fun. So then they think of James conceives of a workaround, which is shooting Frank.
Yeah.
And Frank's like,
he's like, fucking go ahead.
Fucking shoot me, pussy. They'll just send another one. Oh, and the one other piece of Frank information was the deal with the nosebleeds is that Frank can basically watch them.
He's a watcher
through these other people.
Yeah, he's a watcher,
but it gives them nosebleeds.
But I think it's also vaguely mind control.
Yeah, I think he can.
Sort of control what they're doing, but he also
it's imperfect,
and that's what's making them get nosebleeds.
Yeah,
and that's why the woman who tells her in the grocery store who collapses.
Yeah,
she collapses because she's fighting it.
And
she's fighting it stronger than everybody else, and so she I guess dies maybe. I don't know.
She's not well.
Who cares? She's not in the rest of the movie. So then he kind of says well, who your boss is, and he goes I can't tell you.
Doesn't matter. And then the big callback of the movie is what Cameron was teaching in lit or whatever was No Exit by Sartre, and the thing about that is there's this group of people who awake somewhere that they're unfamiliar with, and they're all just sort of talking, and it kind of sucks, and then eventually the smartest guy, who by coincidence is a white male,
whose name is Scott Henson,
figures out that they're in either purgatory or hell, and basically the moral of the story is hell is other people,
right?
And Marsden, right near the end, I think maybe even while he is holding the gun on Frank, says, we're in purgatory. The idea being that when Cameron pushed the button like a goddamn bitch, she, put them in purgatory.
Yeah.
And I guess this is the way out?
I guess.
Oh, but, what was the point of James going into one of the 3... skylights?
I'm sorry, what are you asking me?
I'm asking you if the skylight scene hadn't happened, what would be different besides the bedroom being
wet?
If
they had cut out all of the 8 minutes that revolved around the portals?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because if they're all
different movie?
If they're already in... So, ostensibly, he chose the right one.
He chose the right one.
But he still has to murder his wife for shit to work? It seems like an extra step.
Gotta stretch this out. This can't be an hour 20.
We gotta fill an hour 55 somehow. Yeah, that really bugged me.
That was completely irrelevant.
Yeah.
Why any of that... I don't know if that was sort of a... to prove your worth, maybe... or like
what if
prove that you deserve to live or something, but also it's not like you're not sacrificing anything to survive. No. You're literally just picking the right
picking a door. Let's make a deal style.
Yeah. So
Monty Hall, not Wayne Brady.
Oh,
hashtag not my host.
I'm a Wayne Brady man myself.
A Brady man.
He won The Masked Singer.
Did he have a cool suit?
He was a steampunk fox.
That's pretty cool, man. I was fixing to be mad, but I'm like, that sounds pretty good.
Andy was probably the best singer that season.
I'm sure he was. He's a great singer.
Anyways,
he's a great singer and an okay improviser.
Yes. But yeah, so then the next thing we see is the next couple with the box.
Oh, and the next couple with the box, which is in the next one's in Boston.
Yeah.
Not Virginia.
Boston.
And
go Sox.
Frank and all his mind-controlled people going through a portal in a motel pool. To Boston, I guess, to go
do the same thing.
Do the same thing with these poor people.
Which then they fail.
Yeah.
Because the bitch pushes the button, because she's a goddamn bitch. Women can't help themselves.
Yeah, and then so they show
free money, ding 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 ding.
Okay, Drew, I'm gonna see this box here.
Yeah,
there's this button on it. There's a glass dome over it. Here's the key.
Am I a woman?
You're Drew.
Oh, okay.
Let's be very clear.
Okay,
you're Drew. There's a glass dome, but I've got the key. I'm going to unlock it. Glass dome is off. Button's right there.
Yeah.
Now, every time you push this button, 1 year comes off your Please stop.
Good jokes.
Comedy.
Good jokes.
So Marsden naturally doesn't want to shoot Cameron Diaz in her great tits. But
in her great tits? I don't know if she has great tits. She has okay tits.
I mean, she's got something.
Yeah, she's got the jumbo natty.
There's something about Cameron.
Sure.
Where are you going?
I'm going pee. I can't hold it in any longer.
Oh, we're so close to the
end. You just keep talking this part.
God damn it. Okay.
I'm gonna explode.
So unprofessional.
Eat my ass.
Got so close to the end and couldn't just, I don't know, fucking pee your pants. It's easy. I've been doing it. I've done it twice this show. No one's the wiser, I guess, except Drew's couch. But yeah, so they show the new bitch pressing the button, and I can't actually remember what it was that pushed Marsden over the edge to shoot her, but he did shoot her, and she died not that well, because Cameron Diaz might not be a good actress. Kind of a weak death. But yeah, and then he goes up to get his formerly blind and deaf, but hopefully not anymore, unless Frank's just a liar, son out of the locked bathroom. And as he's pounding on the bathroom door, the cops show up very fast. And was it just because they heard a gunshot, or how'd the cops get there that quick?
No, I think maybe they've been tipped off.
I guess they're tipped.
But you're glossing over maybe the dumbest part of the movie.
Oh, God, what are they?
The kid is locked in the bathroom and can't hear or see, and both of them run upstairs and are pounding on the door, screaming his name, and then
can you believe he's
trying to shoulder check the door open?
It would have been really sick if he got the door open and blasted the kid.
That's what I was hoping for, break his neck.
Yeah.
But he literally at one point pushes his face against the door and says, "If you can hear me, back away from the door." And you dumb fuck.
He's deaf.
He's deaf. You idiot.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, he's yelling at him, "Can you hear me? It's me, it's your dad. Can you hear me?" And then the cop shows up and arrests him.
Yeah. So the yelling to him was before he shot Cameron. So the kid was still blind and deaf. He is no longer blind and deaf after he shoots him. Frank kept his promise, I guess. Cops show up, but they handcuff him. But then guys in black come, uncuff him. Put him in the back of Frank's town car.
Yeah, Frank said,
yeah, and
And then that's it. Just
drive him off and
disappears.
That's it? Yeah. So, what did we learn from all this?
Well, what we learned was that nothing Richard Kelly does matters.
I mean, now that we've seen both, I really need to go back and see Donnie Darko.
To see if it is actually still good?
To see if it's good.
Or if it's just as incoherent?
I think it might not be good. I think seeing these two, I'm like, I don't know if this fucker can make a good movie.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen...
I am rapidly losing confidence in Donnie Darko.
Between Southland Tales and this, just looking at people's reviews, there's a lot of people out there that think that Richard Kelly's a hack. Yeah. And that's why he stopped making movies, is because he had one successful indie film and 2 bombs and gave up.
Yeah.
Like
maybe he just like tricked a lot of people with the first one,
or he like knew the right people and was like, no, you guys saw Donnie Darko, it was good, and they were like,
good, right?
Yeah, I guess it's
good. A lot of it was complicated and I didn't understand it, but that's probably because it's smart and intellectual and not vague and pointless.
Guess who has a Twitter?
Richard Kelly?
Yes, he does. He has. He's posted stuff recently.
Nice.
Oh man! All right.
Give me his last 12 years of tweets. Everything he's done since The Box. Everything since his last feature film 12 years ago.
I'm gonna tweet at him and see if I can get blocked.
Hey, Richard Kelly, now? Remember, don't start the tweet with his @
right,
or else no one else sees it. What are you saying to our friend Mr. Kelly? What's your fucking problem? Why'd you do this to me? I've seen...
rapist.
Strong. I like it. I've seen 4.5 hours of your movies in the last 7 days, and what's your fucking problem?
I'm literally going to take that. What you just said. 4.5 hours of your movies.
How many
over the last 2 weeks? What's your fucking problem?
How many followers does he have?
Well, I'm gonna find out after I tweet him. 42,000.
Okay.
Sizable. But the last things he's posted about are all dead Stephen Sondheim, and dead Dean Stockwell.
A lot of dead folks.
And then some movie that I guess he didn't work on. Because he doesn't work on movies. Here's a Rolling Stone article about what the hell is Donnie Darko even about. Well, I hope I get blocked by Richard Kelly, because he's a bad filmmaker.
Yeah.
Although he's super active. So, like, I don't know what he's doing, because he's literally...
doing Twitter.
He's CM Punk. He's a professional
Twitter user.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, and oh my god, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The link on his Twitter page goes to the YouTube link for the trailer for Southland Tales.
Get out of here.
That's very, very funny.
Well, it is his misunderstood child.
It is his misunderstood child. He's a great filmmaker. Yeah, and that's it. Like, the next couple pushes it, and then see ya.
Yeah, that's it. I guess bad news, humanity.
Bad news, bears.
So, we're done with the Richard Kelly verse.
Thank God. Until we watch Donnie Darko off air to see if
it's good.
It's good.
Yeah. So we put it to you, our intrepid listeners. I'm very confident using the word intrepid, but if you asked me to define it...
The USS Intrepid?
I don't know if I could very satisfactorily.
Sure.
Valiant? Brave? Valiant? Something like that. Anyway.
Stunning and Brave?
Stunning and Brave. We put it to you, whose movie we should watch next week.
Whom's movie?
And yeah, I got a couple comments from one person, but enough that it made me feel insane.
Okay.
Where I said, whose movie, WHOSE, should we do on the pod next week? And then the first response that they say is, these are names of actors, not movies. I'm like, yes. Hence why I said, whose movie? And then he said, whose, W-H-O-S-E, is now the plural of whose, W-H-O''S. I'm like, no. Whose with an E is possessive, and whose with an apostrophe is...
I like that you're questioning it.
Means who is. Like,
you're like,
but like the fact that it was like a 4-message conversation, I'm like, am I wrong?
Am I the stupid one?
And yeah, and then the next one was like, oh yeah, I guess you're right. I had too many chicken tenders for lunch. I'm like, fuck off. You made me feel absolutely crazy.
You made me feel like complete garbage.
Is this what the people I gaslight feel like? Because it's not a good feeling.
Only if they're aware that you're gaslighting them.
Let me tell you, it is a bad feeling. It was so bad, I considered stopping gaslighting. And then, obviously, cooler heads prevailed, and then I told my girlfriend she was crazy. and that felt good. So we put it to you, whose W-H-O-S-E movie we should do next week? James Marsden, Frank Langella, or Cameron Diaz? And for the second straight time, when we gave you actor choices of guy, blonde bitch, y'all go for the blonde bitch.
I hate you. I hate you all.
You chose Amy Poehler. You chose Cameron Diaz. So we're Diazing it up.
Diazing.
So our movie next week is officially Cameron Diaz in The Sweetest Thing.
The Sweetest Thing, 2002. I do like that we're moving backwards. I didn't want to just hang around in the late tens.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I'd love to get back earlier.
1944.
Like, if we can, we should get to, like, find a way to get to, like, Before the Devil Knows You're Dead, 2007, and then do 12 Angry Men, 1962. Early and late Sidney Lumet.
Yeah. 2002.
Or, like, Eyes Wide Shut, then Spartacus.
Roger Kumble is the director.
Now, you will not have a choice next week.
Yeah, we know.
Our dear listeners.
We know what's happening after The Sweetest Thing.
Are we going to tell them, or are we going to let them figure it out?
We're telling them.
We're telling them.
them.
Okay. So the following week, that we found ourselves in the Richard Kumble... pardon me. Apologies to the Kumble family.
Yeah, Roger Kumble, who's done Cruel Intentions.
Yeah.
Cruel Intentions 2.
Yep.
College Road Trip. Just Friends. After We Collide, Falling in INN Love.
Definitely a Hallmark movie.
However, we will not be choosing any of those.
I feel like you almost intentionally skipped his 2010 magnum opus.
I did.
Starring one Brendan Frazier. Did you intentionally skip that for a reason, or did you
skip it?
Did you miss it?
I may or may not have skipped it.
Or were you building dramatic tension?
I was building dramatic tension so that I could read the synopsis first.
Oh,
and then reveal.
Well, why don't you tell me about what the week after next movie is about?
Here's the tagline.
So we're going to do The Sweetest Thing, and then we're going to do this.
The tagline. He came, he saw.
Oh, you Drew, you had me at he came.
They conquered.
Oh, okay. Interesting. It's a little twist, because maybe it's just me, but for me, I was expecting him to conquer after he came and saw.
But shouldn't you see first, then come?
No, I always come first, ask questions later.
But, okay, yeah, fair. When real estate developer Dan Sanders finalizes plans to level a swath of pristine Oregon forest to make way for a soulless housing subdivision.
Oh, you know what? Maybe it's just me. but for me, I don't like my housing subdivisions to be soulless. Oh, I like a soulful,
like a black housing development.
Like the projects.
Yeah. Well, no.
The PJs?
The PJs. That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah. Anyways, a soulless housing development. A band of woodland creatures rise up to throw a monkey wrench into the greedy scheme.
Interesting. But monkeys not woodland creatures.
Nope. Okay. Just how much mischief from the furry critters can the businessman take before he calls it quits? We are, of course, talking about furry vengeance. It would appear that there's a crow, a bear, a skunk.
Okay.
Like a weasel, or maybe like a mink of some kind.
A mink, a stoat, a pine marten.
It's white. It's white.
Huh. It could be a weasel or ferret, or it could be a mink. Seems very specific, but who knows?
There's a squirrel.
Okay.
There's a raccoon.
Yep.
That's all I can see.
No kitty cats.
No kitty cats, but I can tell you who does the voices of them.
Okay.
You got.
I insist.
Wallace Shawn. No, he's not a voice of something.
Brendan Fraser as himself.
You got Patrice O'Neill.
Nice.
You got Jim Norton.
Okay. Oh, is it?
You got.
Oh, sorry. Are all the voices just awesome comedians?
Yeah, I guess so. You got Toby Huss.
I like Toby Huss.
You got Angela Kinsey, who may not be a voice. She might be a regular person.
She might be some bitch.
I guess IMDb will probably give me a better answer. But anyways.
You had me at Patrice and Norton.
Patrice and Norton.
That's sick.
Pretty fucking good. Nothing like doing the voices of characters, of those two comedians doing like a family-friendly movie. That's very funny.
Maybe it's not family-friendly. Maybe they say cunt.
Maybe.
That'd be sick.
What else you got?
And then, of course, after that, we're going to go with Jim Norton as the actor and do, what, Spider-Man or Spider-Man 2? Jim Norton's in a Spider-Man. Or am I thinking of Louis C.K.?
He's in Spider-Man.
Norton?
He's in Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
But
also, we might not do.
So now you get to look forward to The Sweetest Thing, which I think is good.
I think.
And you get to
I know a gay Australian boy who is very excited we'll be doing this.
And you get to look forward to Furry Vengeance.
And is probably excited about that too.
Which I think is horrible.
But
I'm very excited that we managed to get to Furry Vengeance.
And not we didn't orchestrate it.
Didn't plan it.
Y'all idiots picked Cameron Diaz.
You did this to us.
Yeah.
You put the poison in me.
And for those who wanted to know our second place Cameron Diaz movie choice, we had The Sweetest Thing not led us to Furry Vengeance, we would almost certainly be doing 2014's Black Annie or Blanny.
Or Blanny.
The movie that made Cameron Diaz quit acting.
Quit acting.
But it was a hard sell to get Drew to watch a musical, and also a movie that didn't lead to Furry Vengeance.
And also a movie that has beep in it.
Music
in it. Beep music in it.
Quavengene Wallace.
Your favorite.
Don't call her that.
You love her.
I mean, I've seen her in one movie, and I love that movie.
Love that movie. So
maybe I should see Blanny.
Maybe you should.
Has she done a movie since Blanny? Or did Blanny make Cameron Diaz and Quavengene Wallace quit acting? And Jamie Foxx.
No, Jamie Foxx is back, baby. He's Shocker. Electro. He's Electro.
I like Shocker.
Shocker's another character.
I'm sure.
Yeah, he's another Spider-Man character.
He's the guy who sticks all his fingers in women.
Yep. Two in the stink and one in the pink.
Oh, the reverse.
I think that's the reverse Shocker.
For
I like that you can't even contain it.
For the tight-pussied, large assholed girl on the go.
I bet you there's some.
The reverse Shocker.
I bet you there's some. There are girls that exclusively have Jesus sex.
For female horses. All right, I'm probably not going to top that, so you can turn it off.
Thanks for listening. I'm Stern Softpaws on the stuff, and that's not Scott Henson on the stuff. And also, please give us all of the cash.
Give us money for surgery now or cute outfits later.